All right, folks, I think we're live, so let's just jump into it. It's been a hot minute. I said I was going to do it, and so now, why not? Let's jump into it. Let's do a official NFL mock draft. This is going to be mock draft number 1. And honestly, there's no real motivation behind this. The only motivation that I see is like draft's coming up in like 2 weeks, and so it's like, hey, let's start to do some predictions, because what I want to do personally is I want to have a video out where it's not going to be a stream, because I don't know how to make it it's not that I don't know how to make it a stream, but I'd rather it be a video where I talk and I have a list here of, I went through all 30, there's 36, no, 32 quarterbacks, okay, that technically can get drafted this year, from Cam Ward all the way down to Grayson McCall and Spencer Petras. And Grayson McCall, if you can remember, if you're an NC State fan, he retired from playing football. So, like, obviously he's not going to get drafted. And there's a lot of guys on this list. Max Brosmer, probably DJ Uiagalelei, Garrett Green, Will Rogers, Hudson Card. There are a lot of guys on this list that aren't going to get drafted. But I have, out of these 30-ish quarterbacks, I'm going to do a top 15 list. Spoiler alert. No, I'm teasing. Spoiler alert, Cam Ward's in the top 3. There's your spoiler alert for that. But what I thought I'd do with this stream is lean it more towards... for example, like I look at all my defensive guys and stuff, like I'll flip back a couple pages here. So I've been taking notes and writing down names and stuff. Okay, out of all my defensive people, like my cornerbacks, my defensive tackles, my linebackers, my edge rushers, my safeties and stuff, the number one defensive player, at least in my personal opinion, is not Abdul Carter. It'd be Travis Hunter. And then from that edge, hold on, where's the edge? And then I also have, Jack Sawyer, Tyler Batty, Ahmed, Jalen Walker, Mykel Williams, JT Tuimalau. I have a handful of other guys on that list too and stuff. And I'll probably save that for a different, where I give a rankings, like a top 10, like this is who I got, and like maybe a little bit of an explanation on that. But that video is going to come later, because I'm going to try to cover the quarterback class, the running back class, tight end class, wide receiver class, and just go through like who I think the top prospects are, contrary to popular belief with the media, and contrary to popular belief of like ESPN and the NFL. Because like I've looked at, the top 50 prospects, and I've said like they're missing guys on that list. They're missing, Jack Sawyer. They're missing Tyler Batty. They're missing guys like, the only reason, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they would have forgotten Will Johnson from Michigan. Like, there's a lot of guys where it's like, did these people who made these, like, did they watch college football? Are they going off of like social media clicks? Are they going, like, how are we gauging this thing? And so in this video and in this particular NFL mock draft, kind of like the vibes that I was getting is, I have, where is it? I have a list here of the NFL teams, and they're obviously their draft spot: Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, blah, blah, blah. And I have what they need and who they need. I.e., what do the Titans need? The Titans need a quarterback. Browns, they need a quarterback. They need some offensive line guys. They need some defensive guys too. And so what I thought I'd do is, basing it off of this list right here and these guys right here and how they're ranked, just kind of do it in the sense of, media darlings. Like, let's run through this simulation and let's go off of who these guys are. And let's go off of this list and not my own personal list of, hey, I'm going to go out on a stretch here and I say, I think the Browns should draft Will Howard. I think the Browns should draft Dylan Gabriel. Not go out on a stretch like that. I think I'd probably save that for another video and another fun mock draft. Even though we all know, no. Like Will Howard, Kyle McCord, Jalen Milroe, Riley Leonard. Like, these guys are probably going to be round 2 guys, round 3 guys. So, we'll see. Anyways, with that being said, hold on. Let me grab some water. With that being said, and not premeditating these draft picks. Oh, sorry. Not premeditating these draft picks. I thought I'd just do this little simulator thing where I, shout out to NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. Just jump into this thing and go from here and see where we go and see where we're at. So let's just jump into it. You are on the clock. So, Tennessee, here's what Tennessee needs. Tennessee needs a quarterback, or they need a wide receiver, or some defensive guys. Well, truth is, they're going to go get a quarterback with the number 1 draft pick. It's a sure lock. Everybody's talked about it, that Cam Ward's going to be the number 1 guy. What would blow me away, though, is if, they keep their quarterback room that they have now, and they're like, no, Will Levis is our guy. Now, I'm going to say this right now, is if Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, and Shedeur Sanders fall out of the top 3, all hell in this whole draft is going to break loose. I'm here to tell you that if Abdul Carter, or hell, even Travis Hunter, if Travis Hunter goes number 1, all hell's going to break loose, because it's okay, is Cleveland then going to take Cam Ward? Because they haven't been planning on taking Cam Ward, because they thought Cam Ward would be gone. So, that's my thought. Do I think Abdul Carter is going to go number 1 overall? No. But, here we go. I'm going to have Tennessee drafting Cam Ward. Cleveland Browns, I'm going to have them draft Shedeur Sanders. Here's why. Media loves him. Media likes to talk about him. We've watched the social experiment and stuff with Deion Sanders, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders go from Jackson State to Colorado, and how they've performed the last 2 seasons. I think from where they were in 2023 to 2024, definitely some big improvements. The spin now that's going out is Shedeur is going to slide all the way to number 9. I get vibes that Shedeur might be another second Will Levis, where the media hype is, oh, you're a round 1 guy. You're going to be a day 1 guy. And, it would not surprise me, just based on just the games alone and the losses and how tough the losses were, because that's one thing that's kind of glaring about all these quarterback prospects, is some of them have had damn good wins, but a lot of them have had really bad losses. 2023 for Colorado was just rough in general. Quinn Ewers, some of his toughest games, the SEC championship game against Georgia, the Ohio State game, a lot of that is due to coaching too. Sark, why aren't we running the ball on 4th and goal? You know what I mean? 2nd and goal. Inside the 5-yard line. Why are we going into a pass pro? But anyways, with the 3rd pick, Giants, they need a quarterback as well. They also need offensive guys, linebackers, cornerbacks. They need anybody they can get. I think they're going to get Travis Hunter. And so I think Travis, Shedeur, and Cam, those are the 3 guys where it's okay, set in stone. Nothing too crazy. These are the guys that go top 3. Now, depending on where they go in the rotation of it, is yet to be determined. It seems pretty much a lock that Cam Ward's number 1. Shedeur and Travis, you can argue which one's going to be 2 and 3. And now we kind of get towards some fun stuff where, this one's kind of been penciled in, that the Patriots go after an offensive line guy like a Will Campbell type to help continue to protect Drake May. And so I'm like, why not? I go with that. Now Jacksonville. Okay. Jacksonville, they need some defensive guys. And so I'm going to go right here. Abdul Carter to the Jaguars. And again, Jacksonville, when it's like, okay, how do we do this? They go get another top pick on the defensive side of the ball that statistically it's kind of invisible because the success of the offense outweighs the deep. Like, I don't know what the hell Jacksonville's doing. And I think, I don't know, we're probably about 2 more seasons before we have to have a tough conversation of, is Trevor Lawrence the future? Anyways, all right, the Raiders. There were some reports. I'm just going to put Ashton Jeanty. Vegas, they have said out loud they want to get a running back. They are looking at Ashton Jeanty, knowing that the NFL kind of has there. It's interesting that the running back position has kind of been glossed over, and it's not a staple of the game anymore. And that notion has kind of been reversed these past 2 seasons with Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Like, the running back position is becoming more important. And so I would not be surprised if nobody drafts a quarter. No. I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 2 quarterbacks in the first round. But I also wouldn't be surprised if there are no running backs in the first round drafted. I would not be surprised if it's just 2 quarterbacks, whole bunch of wide receivers, and defensive guys. And like you have a sprinkled lineman here and there to the teams who really need one and stuff. Because Blake Corum, I'm going to use Blake Corum in a recent example. One of the most pivotal key pieces to Michigan winning a national title. The guy was a day 2 guy. He should have been a first round guy, but he wasn't. Because, again, GMs don't take that reach to go get a running back, which is why I think if, Las Vegas reached to the number 6 pick to go get Ashton Jeanty, if it doesn't work and it blows up in their face, they will never hear the end of it. Kind of like how the Saints never hear the end of, oh, remember how we moved all those draft space and draft capital to go get Ricky Williams. So, all right, now the Jets are on the clock. They need an offensive lineman, a wide receiver, a tight end, a safety, or defensive lineman. I think because the Jets are who the Jets are, I think they're probably going to go get Mason Graham. And then Carolina needs an edge, a safety, a corner, wide receiver, or defensive lineman. Carolina Panthers. You know what? I'm going to go with this. I'm going to say they go get T-Mac. A little bit of help for Bryce Young. All right, now we're on the Saints. Okay, this is one that everybody's talking about where, Shador's going to fall to number 9. Well, in my simulation, he's already gone, so it doesn't matter. Saints need a corner, offensive line guys, wide receivers, defensive linemen, or for stretching, a quarterback. So I could go over here and be like, well, you know what, the Saints need a quarterback. Let's go get Jackson Darr, Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers, Will Howard. I think it's fine that Will Howard's 102. But as the Saints sit needing a cornerback or offensive line guys, here we go. Go get the best corner in the draft, Will Johnson. All right, Chicago. Now Chicago. I heard Chicago might want a running back. I know the Bears have improved their offensive line this offseason. And so if they want an actual tight end, to go get a tight end or some defensive guys, I'll just throw out Jalen Walker. There we go. San Francisco. San Francisco needs some defensive guys. So we're not even messing around. We need defensive guys. I'll have them go get Mikael Williams. Yep. Okay, Dallas. The Cowboys need a receiver, a running back, corner, linebacker, and defense. I'll have them go get Ahmed offensive tackle. Does Dallas really need a number 2, though? I'm torn between getting a receiver or an offensive tackle. I'll just have them draft that guy. Okay, all right, Miami. They also need offensive guy to protect Tua. Yeah, let's have them go get that guy. Colts need a tight end. They need a tight end, an outside linebacker. No. An O-line, linebacker, edge, and a running back. You know what? I'll have them go. No, because Tyler Warren's not going in the first round. I know he has the upside to be a first round guy, and he has the talent. He's not going first. I'll have them probably pick up. They're definitely going to go get someone like him. Falcons, edge, defensive line. So they need defensive guys. Okay, here we go. I can see them go and get him. Arizona needs some line. Wide receiver, edge, defensive lineman, or corner. You know what? I'll have them reach a little. I'll have them go get Mike Green. All right, the Bengals. Shit. I'll have them go get Malachi Starks, sure. Because Bengals need to build that defense case. Seahawks. Offensive line, wide receiver, cornerback, safety, or defensive line. Josh Simmons. Bucks. Linebacker, corner, someone on the defense. You know, with the Bucks, I'll have them go get... Yeah, Jahad Campbell. There you go. All right, the Broncos. They need a running back, a wide receiver, a quarterback, a tight end, or D lineman. Let's have the Broncos go get... Let's have them go get some help for Bo Nix. Okay, a lot of people have been talking about this one, the 21st pick, and how it's like, ooh, who are they gonna go get Jackson Dart? Ooh, yeah, why not? Chargers need a tight end, a wide receiver, defensive lineman. Okay, and then the Chargers. This is where Tyler won. Well, actually, no. I'm going to pull the Michigan man card. They'll go get Colson Loveland. John Harbaugh for Colson Loveland. Okay. The Packers. Corner, wide receiver, edge, defensive lineman, or, you know, I'll probably have them do a safe pick. Go get Kenneth Grant. The Vikings. Vikings are next. What the Vikings need is some defensive guys. And so I'll have them go get, James Pierce Jr. He'll be there. Okay, the Texans need an offensive line. Have them go get that guy. The Rams are next. Well, I'll have them go get a receiver to just kind of fill a little bit of, hey, we're missing Cooper Kupp. I know they brought in Devontae Adams. So give me Emeka Ibuka. Okay, Baltimore. The Ravens need an offensive line, a corner, a safety, a defensive lineman, and an edge. Yeah, I'll have them go get that guy. Lions need an edge, offensive line, safety, defensive lineman, and a wide receiver. I'll have them do. They got defensive lineman, corner, safety, edge. You know what? Let's do ooh. Oh gosh. So they need an edge. I'll have them go get this guy. Okay, who's next? Washington. Washington just needs some defensive guys, so I'll have them go get an edge, a corner, or a safety. Corner. Safety. Xavier Watts. Yeah, why not? Then the Bills. What do the Bills need? Can I draft a referee? I'm messing. They need a corner, defensive lineman, wide receiver, edge, and safety. Let's do... Let's do Jack Sawyer. I want to give a little love to Jack Sawyer. I think he definitely deserves to be a first round guy. He probably's not going to get there. I don't think a lot of the Buckeye guys are going to go in the first round. Chiefs. What do the Chiefs need? I'll give them an offensive line guy. Tyler Booker. There you go. And then the Eagles need some defensive guys. Sure, Walter Nolan. All right, now we go to the second round where Cleveland needs an edge, corner, wide receiver. Like, they need a couple guys. I'll have them go get... okay, let's look at edge. Sure, let's do that guy. And then the Giants. I think the Giants still need... They also need an edge. Sure, let's have them go get JT. Titans, they only have 2 picks here. Only have 2 picks in this whole draft. And a QB, an edge, a wide receiver, a linebacker, and a safety. So this next one has to hit it out of the park. I'll have them get Cam Ward, and then also drum roll. Darius Alexander. Okay. The Jags need... Yeah, I'll give them Derrick Henry. Okay. The Raiders. The Raiders need a receiver, so let's go look through the receiver. Oh, Luther Burden. Easy pick right there. Okay. They need an edge. Who would the Patriots go get at this point? You know, knowing it's the Patriots and how they'd probably take a little reach right here. Let's have them reach and go get... No. Where's one where it's like, okay, I can see it, but it's a little bit of a reach. Let's do... Tyler Batty from BYU. Hell yeah. Okay, all right. Chicago, they need a running back, and so I'll have them reach for a little bit. I'm okay with it. Boom, Cam Scattaboo. Okay, Saints need a quarterback. I'll have them go reach and get one. Let's do Will Howard. Bears again? Bears again. Okay, who are some safeties that they might need? Yeah, Buka. Offensive tackle. Yeah, go get that guy. There's another offensive tackle. Oh, wait. It was the 49ers. I should have got a defensive guy. Whoops. Leave it up to the simulations. Okay. All right. Dallas, they'll probably fumble this pick too. They'll be like, oh, we need a wide receiver. Let's go get... I want to wish that upon Xavier Restrepo. They're like, let's go get Isaiah Bond. Which, if you know what's going on with Isaiah Bond, you'd know why that's not going to happen. Okay, all right, moving on. Colts need a tight end. They'll go get let Tyler Warren's right there, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo. They'll be like, no, we want Mitchell Evans or some dumb shit like that. Falcons, yeah. They need a corner. Let's have them be. Sure. Let's do that guy. Oh my gosh. Cincinnati. Yikes. Denver needs a running back too. Okay, then let's do Quinshon Judkins then. Seahawks need a tight end. Harold Fanning Jr. Bucks. They need a safety. Try to see if there's any Michigan guys here. Ah, damn. Nope, there's not. Or it's like, oh, wait, we're building Michigan's team in here. Benjamin Morrison. Okay, the Bills. Bills need some defensive line guys. Yeah, I'll have them go there. A couple of Ohio guys going to the Bills. Offensive tackle. Sure, you go there. Sure, you go there. Detroit Lions. You need defensive line. Sure, you go there. Edge. Oh my gosh, this is harder than it looks. Because I have no clue who half these dudes are. Like, I wrote down my 60-ish players that I know, sprinkled throughout all the positions. There are some names here where it's like, I've never seen this name in my life ever. All right, we're back to the Bills. They need a safety. Malachi Moore. They need an offensive tackle. Cam Williams. And then Philly needs one more guy. You know, probably just because he's there, and they're like, you know what? We're reaching here. Fill up the running back room a little bit more. Whoop. Okay, those are the first 2 rounds, guys. Let me see something here. I can see why this takes a lot of time to do, and why it's really difficult for a lot of people, because I'm gonna be honest, they're like, of all the teams, okay, because I put a star by all the teams that actually need a quarterback. 1, 2, 3. There's about 15 teams. There's 7. 7 pending if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Steelers. Like, there's 6 or 7 teams that actually, like, they need a quarterback. But, like, if you want to stretch it, it's like, yeah, the Jets could get a quarterback in case Justin Fields doesn't work out. But then I'm still sitting on, they still drafted Jordan Travis last year. They still have, who's Aaron's backup? Hold on. Like, they have Justin Fields, Jordan Travis. Let me double check here. Hello. Teams. Jets roster. Here we go. Adrian Martinez, Tyrod Taylor. That's who the backup was. So, like, there's parts of me that look at this quarterback room of Justin Fields, Adrian Martinez, Tyrod Taylor, and Jordan Travis, where the future, allowing him to develop a little more, the future would be Jordan Travis. But, I mean, if Justin Fields is the guy going forward, they'd probably send Jordan Travis off for future compensation or something like that, because you're not going to build around a 35-year-old Tyrod Taylor. I mean, I could understand building around a 35-year-old Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Rodgers, but Tyrod Taylor's been a little different. Like, his career is kind of like Fitzpatrick, Jameis Winston, where it's kind of turned into a journeyman role, which sadly that's what Russell Wilson's career has turned into also, where every contract from here on out is going to be a prove-it deal. Yeah. Because remember when Russell Wilson was the guy? Everybody was scared of him. I remember. So, like, I look here at Jalen Milroe, though, for example, or Mason Taylor. Like, I don't know which teams actually need a tight end. Because from this report here, the scouting report, the Jets need a tight end. The Bears need a tight end. Dolphins need a tight end. Colts need a tight end. Broncos need a tight end. Chargers need a tight end. Rams need a tight end. And that's it. Every team will need a tight end, you know. So it's like, okay, let's bring him on. Safe pick here. But I just kind of, like, there's parts of me that wants to look at these draft classes a little bit more in depth. And do, when we do another mock draft, do best available. Like, I just do best available and I rank them, where it's like, okay, I'm going to have Cam Ward at number 1 as best available, then I'll have Travis Hunter, and then who do I think the next best one is? I'd be like, oh, Ashton Jeanty. Yes, I think Ashton Jeanty is a little bit better than Abdul Carter, and go from there or something, because I can see how when these things roll out, like, yeah, it kind of turns into a free-for-all, especially after, like, the first 10 picks, because, yeah, you literally don't know who, like, you have a feeling of who the first, like, as I hit the restart button, let's hit the restart, select all, enter draft room, like, you have a feeling on who the top 15 guys are. Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Shador, Mason, Will, Ashton Jeanty, Armand, Tyler, T-Mac, Jalen Walker, Will, Kelvin. I could put maybe Jihad Campbell could sneak up there, and Malachi Starks. But, like, the second we get to about, like, right here, this is where it's all fun, where it's like Jalen Milroe might not even be drafted till, well, shit, let's look here. Raiders, okay? Let's take the Raiders, for example. All right, let's go the Raiders. The Raiders. Okay. Look, and when you look at the Raiders, they need a running back, they need a wide receiver, and then they need a quarterback. So their QB, 68th pick. What if, yeah, the Raiders go, you know, we'll take Ashton Jeanty, they'll take Luther Burden or Higgins or Noel from Iowa State, and then here, finally, when we get to the 68th pick, then we'll take Jalen Milroe. Like I don't know. It's so funny. It's so funny because like yeah, you look at teams like the Patriots or the Packers, the Bills. Like there are some teams where it's hard to pick. Yeah, what we know Eagles because it's drastically what they did this offseason with that defense. It's like, yeah, Bengals and Eagles, we know they need defensive guys. That's who they're going to go draft. But like you look at teams like the Panthers or the Saints, the Jets that are just in shambles. It's like you don't even know where to start. But they're not in as bad a shambles as the Titans and the Browns and the Giants are, where it's like, well, first we got to go get a quarterback. It's pretty sad to see that the Jaguars are the 5th pick and how terrible they're doing. Because, dude, I've picked it and I'll continue to predict it. I think that the Jags could literally run the AFC South. Because I think Trevor Lawrence is a lot better than CJ Stroud, but the performance on the field hasn't backed up that claim. So, all right, guys, we're probably gonna let me see here. Check the chat here. Let's see if you guys have any crazy sports predictions. Let's check the chat here real quick. Then we'll end the stream. La, 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 la. Okay. Whoa. Damn. Whoa. The algorithm did not pick this up, which it happens. It happens. That's all right. Okay. That'll be my first mock draft. We'll continue to do more of these as we go along because, yeah, there's parts of me that once we get to it, I want to do when we get to, the Giants and how the Giants need a quarterback. Like, there's parts of me that want Titans, Browns, and Giants where it's like, okay, you want to know who the best 3 quarterbacks are? It's like, here we go. Start the clock. It's like, okay, Tennessee's going to take him. Cleveland's going to take him. And then the Giants are going to take him or something. Like, I'd love to do that. Troll some people. Or where it's like, oh, you know what? Actually, let's do a running back draft. We'll do, boom, Jeanty. Boom, Henderson. Judkins. Scattaboo. Giddens. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Look at how deep this. Jordan Waters. Oh my gosh, I remember watching and talking about Jordan Waters for the spring game last year for NC State. There are a lot of guys that are going to go undrafted. Kyle Monagai, Khalil Mullings. And Khalil Mullings was doing pretty decent for Michigan. Like, he earned his way to the starting spot. Devin Neal, Ollie Gordon, Jaden Blue. Like, they're, oh man. I think the running back room is really, really stacked. But, yeah, the way that this is going to unfold, is very, very interesting because I can't see. Oh, it's going to just let me scroll forever. Like for example, Nick Nash, dude. I want Nick Nash to get drafted. Same with Tyler Batty. Same with Ty Hamilton and Jackson Haas. No, Jackson Hayes, I think, stayed back for another year. But, we'll see, man. Okay. We'll end the stream there, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you later.